Today, we'll be taking you to the Renaissance Science Fair, where we'll be covering an overview of the Renaissance era in music. For music, the Renaissance is generally considered to be from 1400 to 1600. In the Middle Ages, the Catholic Church was the primary power in Europe, but in this new era, the aristocracy such as kings, dukes, and barons took over. The new focus of the Renaissance was on people instead of God, and that's known as humanism. Since humanism was fundamental, we represent it here as a human skeleton right at the center of everything. The joys and challenges of being human became an obsession for artists across the arts, and human expression was seen as a new goal. There was also a new interest in the ideas of the ancient Greeks that was tied to a push for cultural development that began in Italy and quickly spread north. The term Renaissance literally means rebirth, and these artists saw themselves rebuilding the old Greek civilization. We have a number of projects at our fair, and these represent some of the key genres of the Renaissance. Of all music during this time, nothing was more important than the Catholic Mass. The Mass was made up of 5 parts from the Bible, all set by a single composer. The Balance and Weights project represents the Mass, with the 5 movements all shown with their corresponding letter on a weight. The 5 parts are the Kyrie, Gloria, Credo, Sanctus, and Agnus Dei. During this period, the way to become famous as a composer was by writing masses, which would then be sung throughout Europe. The next project we see at the fair is on probability, also known as chants. The chants project represents the chanson. A chanson is a secular song with any vernacular text, meaning it was not in Latin, although it most commonly had French lyrics. Even today, the word chanson is French for song, but in the Renaissance, these were popular tunes that were sung by everyday people. Another significant genre in the period was the madrigal. The madrigal is a popular song sung by 4 to 6 people. We show this as Mount Madrigal, the obligatory volcano project at every science fair. Examples of madrigals can be found from England to Poland, and they even continued into the Baroque. Madrigals were usually sold as part books to the wealthy, who would sing them at home, enjoying discovering how the different voices interacted as they learned the song. And as these singers learned the music, they also learned the lyrics. Part of what made the madrigal so exciting was seeing how the composer played with the text. Madrigals were full of text painting, a technique where the meaning of the text was reflected in the music. We show text painting as the lava exploding out of Mount Madrigal. Here's an example of words reflecting text. This was exciting stuff for the singers, giving composers an opportunity to show their cleverness. The colors of all the words are shown in this lava, with lots of unexpected meanings. They couldn't get enough of these. Vocal music was the most common in the era, but this was also a time that instrumental music began to become important. The most popular type of instrumental music in the Renaissance was dance music. We represent this as the dance banner in the corner. The German composer Michael Praetorius wrote a huge collection of these short, rhythmically active dances, engineered to be repeated as many times as necessary for the dancers. Without question, though, the rock star of the Renaissance was Josquin de Prez, usually just called Josquin. Josquin was a late 15th and early 16th century Flemish composer. He is shown here as the judge near the madrigal, a genre that came later, therefore showing him looking towards the future. Josquin composed all types of music, with many of his pieces gaining popularity because of his ability to balance the voices and smooth out the lines. One of the other major reasons for his popularity was the sheer number of pieces of his that were published during the early years of music printing. It made him really famous. Thanks for joining us at the fair today.